Good morning. How you doing? Rev Snowflake here. I got your snow church forecast for ya for March 7th, 2023. Winding down the snow recreation season. We're not done with it yet. Like I've been saying, there are still some more snows to come, but we're winding it down. Anywho, live stop for the day is, again, Mount Rainier. It is not snowing in this picture, but I suspect off in this direction there is some snow a little bit to the south, and plenty of snow. These banks are, this is probably 25 to 30 feet tall. This is probably somewhere along the lines of like 18 to 20 feet tall. Kind of hard to gauge the actual depth because there isn't a whole lot of reference, but it is deep. I checked this the other day, and there was a car here and a person, and they looked like practically a little dot. In fact, this is a garage door opening, and this is a door for the garage. Yep, that's what we got going on there. Why did I go here? Well, because actually, let's go to the satellite. There isn't a whole lot of excitement out there in the snow department. I might have been able to check something over towards the Lake Tahoe area. Might have seen some flakes there, but it's really not snowing very hard right now. And this Dakota stuff is also probably pretty light and not all that dramatic to look at. So that's where I went. But here's 24-hour snowfall that we saw across the Midwest. Heaviest totals in the higher terrain just west of Marquette. You know, you got the Negaunee, Ishpeming, Champion areas, all that benefit from a wind out of the northeast, which is what we had yesterday. Wasn't really cold enough for too much lake enhancement, so this might have just been pure elevation type snows. And then the deeper snows in northeast Wisconsin and south central UP were just due to the fact that that's where the best energy and moisture was. Pretty representative map. I know yesterday I got a couple of comments from the Eagle River area here that they had seen more than 2 or 3 inches of snow. They had seen 5 inches of snow, and it was still coming down. So I would venture to guess that their total out of that storm was somewhere up around maybe 8 inches of fresh snow up there in Vilas County. So good for you folks, keeping it fresh there. Glad to hear it. Let's go to the models and see what they have in store for us. Not quite as much snow. Still a fair amount, but noticeably less for the northern UP. These systems are now sliding a little bit further south in the latest model runs. So let's just roll it out. Here comes the next one, and it'll do up the Dakotas pretty good tomorrow. Mostly late tonight and into tomorrow, because the snow's already starting to break out. Then you can see how that one kind of falls apart, but then we get the next one to join in quickly. And this is Friday morning, or Friday about midday. And then we get to Saturday morning is where we're at right now. And you can see the totals aren't quite as impressive as was once indicated them to be. And then things kind of piddle out, but we get a little bit of energy and some light snows across the northwoods over the weekend, early part of next week, and then again towards the end of next week. Look at this pretty impressive looking storm along the east coast for later Sunday of next week. So we'll see if that happens. Then, of course, mountains out west, Sierra Cascades, the Canadian Cascades, all getting pounded. So are the Northern Rockies. So they're going to have some decent snows deep into the season. That was the European. Here's the GFS. Same kind of thing. Kind of excludes much of the UP with like Thursday, Friday system. But then when we get late in the week and early part of next week, maybe a little bit of lake effect in there. And we're already kind of getting into La La Land. So here's the your GFS's idea of snowfall in the next 10 days, and this is the Europeans in the next 10 days. So fairly similar. GFS a little further south with some of the more meaningful snows, even has Chicago at 11.4 inches, but I think that's probably more of a dream than a reality to come true. About the only other thing maybe we should be watching now is temperatures. And these are temperature anomalies or departure from normal temperatures. And as I talked about yesterday, you get into I didn't do this yesterday, I don't think so. But the reds are above average, blues are below average, and obviously the stronger the color of red, the warmer than average. The scale is down here, but not all that important to have the scale. But I am going to blow this up a little bit. And I believe everybody should be able to see the outline of these states and whatnot. So let's just roll it through. Above average temperatures, basically average to above until about Friday, right there. Then all of a sudden, that system will be coming through, producing some pretty thick clouds and some snows, and all of that going on will drop temperatures to about average across the northern Midwest for Friday. And then we do get some colder than average air to spill in behind the system. This is Saturday morning. And this is Sunday morning. And then this is late Monday. Real chunk of cold air up here in the Dakotas. Much colder than average. That's for Monday night. And this is Tuesday night, I guess you could say. Then we start sneaking back into maybe average to slightly above average by the end of next week. So, no major meltdown scene. We will be having these days kind of like the UP is going to have today, where we have quite a bit of sunshine, and temperatures are going to be getting to about the freezing mark, maybe a little bit more than that. And there'll be some snow loss, not rapid snow loss, but a little bit. And the further south you go, obviously, the warmer the temperatures will be getting. So some places will have a little bit more snow loss than we will. But it doesn't look like anywhere is really going to experience some kind of a major loss of snow in the next 10 days. In fact, if anything, there may be more snow on the ground 10 days from now across northern third to maybe northern half of the Midwest than there is right now. And that takes us to the 14th of March. And by then, a lot of people have thrown in the towel on snowmobiling across the Midwest. It's funny how I don't know. Nobody ever thinks to snowmobile or ski for that matter in March. Everybody thinks of December, January, February, and then March comes and it's sort of like, well, time to pack her up. Not this season, because you're going to be able to ride up here, well, in a lot of places in the Northwoods through at least the 15th. And then I don't know what areas do as far as staying open. I know here in the UP, as long as there's snow on the ground, they can groom the trails right on through the final day of March, and I know that we have done that in many years up here. So still plenty of time, and I think that there probably will be enough snow on the ground to ride deep into March, maybe all the way to the 31st up here in the Keweenaw and probably some other areas in the UP. So, with that said, get on your bikes and ride! Keep them sticks on the ice, smiles on the face. Talk at you tomorrow.